Hey guys, what's going on? I know it's been a little while since I've done a video. I gotta start doing more. I don't feel like I'm getting really any subscribers, and it's kind of disappointing, but um, I don't know exactly. I'm not exactly amazing at making videos, but I'm trying to learn. If you guys could, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it if you watch my videos or at all. I mostly talk about DoorDash, but I like to get on some other subjects too, but mainly I'd like to stay in the gig work um, topic as far as my YouTube videos go. I don't know. There's a lot of ups and downs right now with DoorDash, and uh, I seem to have more success with not as exactly with orders, but with thinking that Grubhub is a little more fair to their drivers than DoorDash is. I think DoorDash is just so big that they don't really care about their customer, or not the customer. I don't think they care about the customer either. Really, I don't think they care about their drivers at all. But at least that's the way I feel. Or they give us more money. I mean, DoorDash is making millions and millions and millions of dollars, guys. I mean, millions of dollars. Come on. Have you not really sat down and seen what the money they make? I mean, what they're paying us drivers is ridiculous, okay? All I can say is, I don't understand. I mean, they probably just don't care because, why would they? I mean, they're up there making millions of dollars, whoever owns it. I don't know exactly who owns DoorDash, but, and, when all the drivers are doing all the work, so, which really isn't fair. And then they just signed this big deal with T-Mobile, where they got a partnership with T-Mobile now, where they're giving, I think it's like 142 million DoorDash customers that have the Dash Pass for free. Which, that's great for the customer, and I'm happy for the customer, sure. I don't have nothing against the customers, most of them are pretty good to you, especially tip-wise. I mean, if it wasn't for the customers' tips, we wouldn't be making any money at all. And that's a fact, We just wouldn't be making any money. So, yeah, I mean, I just think that DoorDash should, and now whether they really ever will, I think they should show a little more appreciation to their drivers. This $2 base pay is a bunch of garbage, man. Come on. $2 base pay. I think their base pay should be $5 for every order. I don't care. Show some gratitude to your drivers. We go through a lot out there. It's not exactly fun, driving in the traffic and everything else. You're always in fear that you're going to get in a serious accident. Because, a lot of people drive like crazy out there. And, it's worrisome that you're going to get in an accident and it's going to not be good for you. So, I mean, it would be nice if they actually showed a little more concern for the drivers and paid us a little more money. Like I said, I do feel like Grubhub, at least for me, seems to pay a little more. I don't know if they're necessarily more fair to their drivers. I think that all these apps just really care about making money. That's all they care about. I don't think they care about the customer, really. Definitely don't think they care about their drivers. They try to say they do, but do they ever give us anything? Seriously, do they ever give us anything? I mean, I know a lot of people that work regular jobs, and by regular job, I mean, they work in a business of some kind or whatever, work for the state, who knows, and they get, some people I know, their companies really appreciate them and give them like bonuses and stuff like that. I mean, why can't all companies be like that? Show some appreciation for your employees. It's kind of ridiculous, really, it is. But I mean, I'm here. I'm semi-retired. I seriously don't get a lot for Social Security. I get about $1,000 a month. I'll be honest with you. Who the heck can live on that? You pay your whole life into that system, and then you're left with what, $1,000 a month? How are you supposed to live on that? That's the only reason I do this delivery work. I was hoping to kind of try to start a career on YouTube because I see a lot of people that do pretty good at it, and you know, even if they got low subscribers, but it's more important than the views and stuff like that. So if you could tell people about my channel, and I don't know how interesting it is to people, I'm going to try to, if you're looking at maybe thinking about starting gig work and stuff like that, you can follow along with me, and I'll try to keep you filled in. Ultimately, I'd like to find something that I can do to where I can get some extra income. It's just hard to, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do the delivery life. I'm 63, and you don't know. You just don't know. I'd like to start something kind of interesting, or like do a little more on this YouTube channel. Maybe try to think of some other interesting things or topics I can cover on here. If you guys got any ideas, shoot me some ideas, but most of all, I'd like you to tell everybody you can about my channel, and see if you can subscribe to it and at least watch some of the videos. That's the way that it gets to growing, I guess, is when people do that. So if you could tell your friends or whatever, and just tell them to watch my videos. I try to keep my videos fairly short so you don't get bored with them. But yeah, I just think that the gig apps need to be a little more fair to their drivers, and not that I think that they'll ever listen, but I do know that DoorDash has been sued quite a few times lately, so maybe they just don't care because they got so much money. But it's kind of a little ridiculous. It's a little kind of like, makes you feel unappreciated, that you work hard and you try to do a good job, and then it seems like the customers, they show their appreciation, most of them anyways. You got your select few that doesn't matter what you do, they're never gonna be happy, you know what I mean? But the apps themselves, they don't show any appreciation. They don't care about us. Well, they care, especially DoorDash. DoorDash will sign up so many people, which I think is ridiculous, because then it makes it hard for you to make money. Because if the market's oversaturated with drivers, then how you gonna make any money? But the problem is, DoorDash just don't care, because all they care about is that the orders get done, so they make money. It's one thing I like about Grubhub is in certain marketplaces, they will not allow any more drivers than they think is needed in that area. They stop signing people up. That's what they all should do. But please, like my videos, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with other YouTubers. I would be more than appreciative. If you got some other topics that you'd like me to discuss or go over on here, drop it down in the comments, and I'll do it. So I'm gonna try to come up with some more interesting things to do on here. Try to come up, not just keep it all about the gig apps, basically, but yeah, we'll try to come up with some other topics to talk about too. This is kind of new to me. I'm trying to just get it a little more invested into it. Maybe I can build this into something where I can make a halfway decent living for whatever remainder of years I have in my life. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, like and subscribe please. please share it and get your friends to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And you all have a good night, and I'll catch you again later.